From Adin Ross confronting his biggest hater to Ethan Klein getting XQC to do the worm after losing a debate. These are the times when things get a little out of hand between streamers and interviewers. Starting as usual with Adin Ross, one of the richest and most popular streamers on any platform. Being as big as he is, it's to be expected that the media tries to take advantage of his huge platform for clicks. Which is why tempers definitely ran high when Jake Lucky did an interview stream with him. In case you wanted to know how Adin Ross felt about Jake Lucky, he titled the video uploaded to YouTube, Adin Ross interview with his biggest hater. And right from the off, things get heated when Jake tries to ask about Adin's Kick deal.
Okay, so you're obviously talking about your deal with Kick. You're saying your deal with Kick is the biggest streaming contract deal that you know of? Like you're bigger than Ninja, bigger than Nick Merckx.
I mean, I'm not going to go into specific numbers, but I'm pretty sure it's the biggest streaming deal of all time. I signed it.
Can you describe to people out there what that contract might be made up of? Because you said bundle, I don't know what that means exactly.
Well, I wasn't there. I'm just saying what was relayed to me. So no, I cannot.
Gotcha. Nothing from Adin either?
No, sir. Move on to the next question, please.
Awesome.
Jake was trying to pry details of Adin's contract out of him, and he wasn't having it. This was a particularly touchy time for Adin because he had just been permanently banned from Twitch. He moved over to Kick and got a huge new deal, but he was still upset that his whole career on Twitch had been unfairly taken away from him. Which is why when Jake Lucky tried to call Adin controversial, he wasn't having any of it.
So that brings us to these last couple of weeks, right? That have been, I think it's fair to say, controversial. Have been.
No.
You don't think it's been controversial the last couple of weeks?
I don't think it's been controversial, bro. I don't.
When Jake Lucky points out the incident where Adin showed a site on stream to his large audience, the very same thing that got him banned, Adin Ross was quick to accept responsibility.
But when you are the streamer that you are held to certain accountability
standards. I agree with you on that. And look, I'm gonna cut you off there. I learned my lesson, man, and I understand that now. You know, and that's something that I told myself I gotta be better, and I gotta be a better leader. And that's something that I'll never make a mistake about again. Intentionally, I'll never intentionally pull up like ever again. I don't even watch, bro. In the clip, I said I don't condone this. My whole chat was spamming it. It's kind of like a little like lure, and I give in my chat a lot, and they know that. So, but again, bro, no excuse. That's just full on accountability I gotta take in.
But even with that said, Adin was still mad at the situation, pointing out that if it happened to some other streamers, they wouldn't have gotten banned. When Jake gets curious and tries to trick Adin into mentioning the other streamers he's talking about, Adin shuts him down, saying he's no snitch.
But again, I think it's just not. It wasn't fair to see me completely get caught in flames from it, but other people can let it just slides when nobody reports it and talks about it.
Can you give examples of
No.
other people you're
I'm not a snitch. I'm not gonna rat people out. I'm not gonna talk about throw other people under the bus. That's not my job to do. But I'm gonna stay in my lane. But that's just what I'm trying to say, bro. Like, it's gotta be consistent. If you're gonna report things, I think it should be consistent on both ends.
The tension between Adin Ross and Jake Lucky comes from the fact that Jake very often reports news on Adin and magnifies all the bad stuff he does by posting clips. Adin thinks he's not a fair critic, and as such, didn't give many nice guy answers in this interview. Jake Lucky tries to get an answer on how much Adin makes from his gambling deals, but Adin decides to pass on the question, calling Jake a pocket watcher.
Adin, what's the most money you've ever made from a gambling deal?
Lawyer?
I mean, okay, I believe in transparency. If you want to say how much you got paid, you can say how much you got paid. As far as my, me feeling how someone with a younger demographic should be on a deal or not, that's something I can argue because I don't think, but if you want to say how much you got paid, you can say how much you paid. I don't think, people will probably get pissed at us, but I don't think that's a bad thing to say. Like what you've been paid a week before.
He's pocket watching. Sounds like some hating shit. Next question.
Okay, next, all right.
Jake moves on and tries to press Adin Ross on a fake brother story that was circulating online, only for Adin to shut him down again immediately.
Adin, you said I could ask just about anything, and I know that after the instance this past week, a random thread was started on Twitter about a guy who said he was your half-brother. Miller Ross, correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously, if you don't want to speak on this, you don't.
Bro, that is obviously fake, bro. Why do you give into that? Why do you give into that, but you won't even say Aiden Ross gave a camera guy a lens or something? Well, I'm just saying, why speak on that, bro?
Jake then reveals that he's been interviewing the fake brother in the DMs and that he had almost covered the story, pretty much confirming that he has a bias.
I reached out to the guy, and he kind of gave me some interesting responses back, and he reassured me that you were actually going to talk about this on stream. I will say that the dude had an accredited job that he, on his Twitter account, everything, that he pretty much put at risk if what you're saying is true, is that he's not your real, is he in no relation at all to you?
Dude, no relation at all.
Another media personality with an apparent bias is Fresh from the Fresh and Fit podcast. And when they had Sneako on as a guest, the friendly conversation quickly turned into a heated, passive-aggressive debate. The conversation started with Candace Owens getting demonetized on YouTube, and Sneako empathizing with her because he also got banned from YouTube. Then, out of nowhere, Fresh starts talking about platform rules and trying to sound smart.
What's up?
I just think these platforms have agendas, and
Here we go.
they have rules. And if you don't follow the rules, you're out. It's that simple.
Yes.
However, let's be fair here. In a house, you have guests that come every now and then. Some stay longer than they should stay, but they're here anyway. And you have favorites. You have your favorite guests, and you're not so favorite guests like Sneako. These companies have favorites. And if you're not a favorite, you're out. Either by something that you did that is kind of a gray area, or they may say, this person I don't like at all. Just ban him for this, and this, and make it very vague. And that's it.
Fresh is so caught up with his own story about how streaming sites have favorites that he doesn't notice how basic his point is. Sneako, however, wasn't wasting much time pointing it out.
Do you think you said something we don't know?
Huh?
We know this.
No, you don't. You went all got banned.
Okay. That was 2 years ago. Like, and also when I was speaking about it, I knew what the risk I was taking.
But then if you knew that, then that was dumb.
Okay, you realize that some people need to do this. Some people need to put things on the line, just like the guy you had earlier. Yeah. The whistleblower who's he might lose his job to tell the truth.
Well, Sneako, I agree with you.
So, but what you're saying, like you keep saying as if we don't know that there's favoritism on social media. Everybody knows this, but some people are going to tell the truth regardless. And if you don't have those people, the truth never gets out there.
Sneako is basically trying to say that he understands the risk of speaking out against the popular agenda on these streaming platforms, but that it's worth it sometimes to get the truth out, even though it might lead to a ban. Despite how simple this point is, Fresh would go on to misunderstand the point, insisting that people keep getting banned because they don't know. When Sneako asks for examples of such creators, he had nothing.
So what are you saying?
Some people might not know this that are making content.
Everybody knows.
No, they don't.
I talk about the ban quite a bit.
If they did, they wouldn't be getting banned.
Okay, who do you think doesn't know that got banned?
A lot of people don't know.
Can you name one who got banned who's telling the truth?
Well, I won't say their name, but someone close to us that we know very well.
Okay.
That was in Romania. I just think that people need to hear what's happening behind the scenes. And if they don't hear it, then they make content, I'm going to do what these guys do.
Then, because Fresh doesn't get the simple point that Sneako is trying to present, he keeps trying to make Sneako admit that he made a mistake. But Sneako is wise to this and calls him out every time.
Oh, so then why do you keep bringing it up as if it's something that I made a mistake?
Well, what do you think?
I just told you what I think 4 times in a row. I don't think I made a mistake. I think I did the right thing.
I think you made a mistake.
Okay. Okay, so you could decide, do you want to make more money and then not tell the truth and not have convictions, or do you want to tell the truth regardless and make a difference in the world? If you want to make more money and run around with celebrities and sell your soul, that's fine. It's really a choice of, do you want to sell your soul or not? I would rather tell the truth. My soul is not for sale.
And that's
if
okay.
you want to sell it, okay. But that's not you should not say it's a mistake to have conviction.
After going around in circles a couple more times and telling even more pointless stories, Fresh finally drops the point when he realizes that he has no evidence to support his idea.
I was less successful when I was still on YouTube.
I know.
Okay, let's just move
Yeah,
on.
he's doing better now without YouTube.
I know.
So how's that a mistake?
Well,
Dude, what are you talking about?
I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there.
But whilst Fresh was a clueless host who couldn't get the better of Sneeko, Adin Ross would manage to do so with KSI, despite JJ calling him out every step of the way. The situation started with KSI releasing Lunchly with Mr. Beast and Logan Paul. People were already not impressed. Then KSI released his new song, Thick of It, which people also didn't like, leading to the song being turned into a meme. KSI hadn't been handling the situation very well. He was in full meltdown mode after ranting towards DanTDM for weeks in response to one single tweet. So, with all of that said, he made an appearance on Adin Ross's stream to promote his song.
Okay, well, first off, how are you, man? Are you doing okay? You're getting bullied on the internet,
Yeah,
right?
I'm great. Yeah, fantastic, isn't it?
Look, dude, look at it like this. You're going crazy on the internet right now because of the song, but hey, it's growing on people. It's growing. It's like, I'm not even joking. At first, I thought it was
What do you
horrible.
mean? What do you mean it's growing on people? It's a good song. It's always been a good song. So I don't understand what you mean by it's growing on people. It's always been good.
Well, to be real with you, the first 1-2 listens, it's like, what the f is Disney? Now it's good. I like it now.
The entire interview that follows would see KSI get increasingly mad and continuously call out Adin Ross for mocking him. Adin Ross trolls KSI by patronizing him about his song and playing with his feelings. KSI is deeply sensitive about the topic and thus immediately defensive towards anything Adin says.
Dude, I mean, at the time, it wasn't hitting, but now I just listened to it right before I started my stream. Amazing, dude. The energy's great. You did your thing,
Oh,
bro.
it's great now because I'm on here, right?
Yeah, I'll be real with you, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm here, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you kiss my.
Yeah, you're on here.
Fantastic.
Then Adin upsets KSI even more by calling it a meme song and laughing right to his face. KSI again gets mad and tells Adin why it upsets him.
I'll be real, bro. Is the song something I'm gonna play in my car? No, but it's a meme song, and I like the song for the meme purposes, and it's good.
But it's not meant to be a meme song.
So, you know.
It's a legit song.
Come on. But
No.
But you know
What you
it's a
mean?
meme
Come on.
song.
What-
You know
what-
it's a
what?
meme
No.
song. You know
No, it's not a meme song, though. It's not what you on about. It's not a meme song.
Bro, are you really that pressed over it being a meme, or?
Yes.
Why are you?
Because it's my music, Bo. I don't think you understand. When you spend your time hours in the studio working on beats, working on music, working on lyrics to make sure you have the best of the best, and you release that into the world, and people then go, I'm gonna die. But by the way, KSI song's playing. Let me pause that before I go back to dying again. Like, these fucking memes are stupid, and it's pissing me off.
Adin Ross then trolls KSI again by telling him he thinks the lyrics are good, whilst laughing and forcing him to explain the lyrics to his own song to get some validation.
You wrote the song, or did you have a ghostwriter?
Yeah, I wrote it.
It's good. It's good lyrics. Where'd you come up?
Nah, bro, nah, you're laughing, bro.
No,
You're pissing me
come
off.
on. Hey, JJ, don't do that. Come on, dude. I'm just trying to shed some light at least, bro. Come on, man. You want to go over the lyrics?
Well, I'm literally only here because my team told me to be here. So let's speed this up.
Then they bring up a boxing dispute that both creators have had all year, with KSI trying to dunk on Adin by telling him that his boxing venture ended in failure. But Adin claps back by mentioning that he intends to restart it, and that the reason it got shut down to begin with was because KSI sued them.
You're gonna talk about, the boxing shit, you're gonna talk about.
Yeah, that you failed.
Oh, it's coming back.
No, I bet. What? And you're gonna try and compete with us? Yeah. Good luck,
Yes.
bro.
No, I am.
Good luck, buddy.
We were
Good luck,
competing.
buddy.
We were doing so good.
You're gonna try again.
We were doing
You're gonna
so
try
good.
again.
We were doing so
Oh, good that you had to
Then
stop.
then
So good you had to
You
stop.
gave me a season assist.
Tough.
KSI was so salty about everything during the interview, including the memes, and Adin Ross constantly laughing straight to his face. KSI insulted Adin's chat as everything was getting to him at that moment. He even threatened to punch Adin in the face when he insulted his song again.
Cool.
Yo,
keep it coming.
fuck, no, I'm sorry. Fuck your shitty audience, bro. They're like, cry. Yo, call your moms, bro.
Whoa! Don't say f the moms. I'm trying to be nice, but you can't talk to my community like that, bro.
No, that's 2 slaps now. That's 2 slaps.
Finally, Aiden completes his trolling by trying to encourage people to stop making fun of the song, only to switch up and call it ass again, prompting KSI to leave entirely.
Anybody that hates on this song, you're a hater, okay? He's going crazy. He's the #1 song in the world right now, and everyone needs to lay off JJ. It's about his life.
You called it ass.
Do I think it's good? No, but at least I'm telling people to fuck off and stick up for you, bro.
No. Then you're pissing me off.
You know that shit is ass. It's not my fault you made an ass song, bro.
Fuck yourself.
Fuck
all your fans and fuck you.
No. Oh, come on, JJ, dude.
But that's not even the most embarrassing head loss moment we've seen in a debate. XQC lost so hard that he ended up doing the worm live on camera. The whole thing started with XQC getting into hot water for his poor reaction content. He got called out on it by several creators, but he stood his ground and never agreed that he had done anything wrong. In fact, XQC was so certain he was right that he was willing to debate Ethan live on his podcast on the issue, and needless to say, it went horribly for XQC. Right out of the gate, Ethan was able to catch XQC contradicting himself on whether or not he thinks his work is transformative.
Do you think your work is transformative? Of course, that's one of the main tenets of fair use. Do you think your work is transformative?
Yes.
Okay, because I was watching you yesterday, and here you said it's absolutely not transformative. Here it is.
You don't have to care. That's totally fine. But do you agree that you've created non-transformative reactions?
100%, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. We've agreed.
So here you say you've 100% made non-transformative reactions. Did you change your mind?
No, absolutely not. I didn't change my mind.
Ethan calls him out on a recent example, highlighting XQC reacting to an 8-minute video and only adding 40 seconds to it, only for XQC to admit yet again that he makes non-transformative dogshit content.
Original video is 8 minutes 33 seconds. Okay, the video here that you uploaded is 9 minutes 13 seconds. That means you added 40 seconds to an 8.5-minute video, adding 7.8% runtime.
Before you finish, let me go. So you're about to prove me right. I said I do non-transformative dog shit, and you're about to show me non-transformative dog shit.
Okay, fair. So I don't have to show it to you.
I mean, go clap me because I mean I just said I did that.
Okay.
That's like saying I'm white and I'm on camera.
Well, you said that yours is more trans.
This strategy from XQC was certainly a bold choice, because whilst he was being aggressive with Ethan and not caring about his points, he was still conceding a lot of ground in the discussion. So because XQC wanted to prove Ethan was just as bad as he is in terms of React content, his team edited together a video showing Ethan making low-effort reactions. The only problem, however, was that the video editors clearly cut out a section at the beginning where Ethan intros the video, something he's already criticized XQC for not doing.
I called him, I apologized.
My criticism of him right now is that he uploaded this to YouTube. Because I understand the nature of... I mean, like, I'm going to tell you, I find it really interesting that you think this is compelling. This is actually... First of all, there's so many cuts in it. It's not persuasive at all. But one thing I do want to ask you about is why you cut out the beginning of the segment when I talked about it. Here's how that clip starts, Felix, which you cut out for some reason. Yeah, so Logan made a video after he got absolutely bodied for his response, where he was like, I'm going to sue you. This is bullshit. You're defaming me. Oh, you played a video.
So is that a preact?
Is that like oh yeah, it's part of the same clip. You just went in and took out like 30-second slices from it.
So basically what you're saying is that you're going to the bar, right? And this part is like where you get in and where you get like a beer or something like that, right? And the rest of it, you just basically it's like the intro. So if you put an intro, you're good. You say, guys, I have a video today, guys.
So you don't understand how fair use works.
As the argument goes on, Ethan continues to own XQC more and more.
To be the guy who doesn't do any stealing or thieving, and I have 4 examples right there. And
you did not show an example.
Well, then get another one then.
Well, that's not my job. You're the one that's trying to prove it. Why the should I go pursue and try to prove I don't do fair use? That seems stupid.
Wait, that seems like that's exactly what you guys have been doing on Twitter and whatnot, right? That's your whole concern.
Yeah, I'm showing stuff about you and not telling you to go find a video of yourself not doing fair use. That's moronic.
Then, in another big revelation, Ethan brings up a YouTuber he reached out to who was one of XQC's victims and reads his comments aloud. Ethan was able to prove that not only does XQC more than often not take permission, but he also does low-effort reactions and cannibalizes the original video's impressions with the thumbnail and title he uses.
So I reached out to Vince Vintage, and I said, hey, I'm just curious, did XQC get permission? And I'm going to read you the message he sent me, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
He said, really appreciate you reaching out, Ethan. I've never been contacted by XQC at all for any of my React videos. My personal take is this. I love big streamers watching, like XQC, Hassan, Mizkif, Moist Critical, watching my videos on their stream. It's a big ego boost, but when XQC does it, it's different. When he watches my video, he always re-uploads the whole thing on his YouTube channel with his insightful commentary as, wow, chat, isn't this crazy? Compared to when Hassan watched my stuff, he shouted me out and he says he loves my stuff and he sent a bunch of subscribers to my channel. A fair exchange. Here's a video. He showed me a video of Hassan doing that. And then he said, XQC, he really just steals my shit, entertains his audience of hundreds of hours I put into my videos while I get just a link in the YouTube description. The problem isn't the reacting, it's the re-uploading of my video with his face on the thumbnail, and also, and I don't DMCA him because I don't want the Twitter drama.
XQC was squirming, looking for a response, but Ethan again squeezes an admission out of him that he is in fact trying to steal audiences from the original creator.
Why did you do that? Why did you give it the same exact title and thumbnail? Just answer that.
Oh, because I wanted to.
Why did you want to?
Oh, because I wanted to.
Why did you want to?
Because the thumbnail is good and it gives the viewer what they want.
Right,
And,
which is the original video. They want the original video.
XQC then falls back on his usual defense of calling Ethan Robin Hood and accusing him of white knighting, which was, unfortunately, just proof that he didn't actually have that many arguments.
Right.
You are misrepresenting it.
So he doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, he does matter, but
Okay.
not in the capacity that you're trying to paint.
Which is what? I don't understand what you're saying.
A small, struggling creator. Somebody please help this person before he goes out of business.
Well, no, I didn't say any of that.
Ethan then brings up the popular YouTuber Internet Anarchist, who specifically asked XQC to change the title and thumbnail when he does his reaction.
And actually, he even made you change the title and the thumbnail. So why do you think he asked you to do that, XQC? He said, don't use the same thumbnail and title. Why do you think he asked you that?
Because as a creator of the IP, like you like to fucking say, with your
Because you siphon views from people, dude. It's so fucking obvious why you do it.
It's at this point that XQC finally breaks and resorts to insults.
Okay, so as we go forward, you are bald. You're very bald. You're balding. Your hair's thinning, and it's gray, which means that you're old as. Got it. Okay, shall we continue? Is this fun?
The premise is faulty, my friend.
Is this fun for you?
I have a beautiful hairline.
Baldy, is this fun for you or not?
Then, as a last hail, Mary attempts to win the argument. XQC brings up Ethan's wife merchandise business, which suffered a huge controversy at one time for ripping other designs and not transforming them. But yet again, Ethan and his wife Igla respond graciously and leave XQC with nowhere to hide.
Okay, Teddy Fresh, we have designers, right? And we have a fairly large company. This is a common problem in all streetwear. We've had designers who have pretty much close to stole designs. We fired people over it, and every time it comes up, we have company meetings and say, guys, this is unacceptable. If you're caught doing this, you will be fired.
And we've made a strict guideline, and it doesn't happen anymore. The difference, if I can say, is that I've been listening, and when Ethan is asking you about this, for example, you don't say that this is wrong. The thumbnail, the matching thumbnail and title, you say, I did it because I like it.
No, he says they're working on better thumbnails.
So the answer has changed now. If this is your answer, that sounds a lot better.
And with XQC's final points defeated just like all the others, we finally reach that infamous point where Ethan dares him to stop stealing videos, and XQC felt the need to do the worm as a response.
I think this conversation has kind of been exhausted.
People would rather watch me full screen cam do the fucking worm than watch your prime.
Bro,
watch your
do
prime
it for
content.
a week. Do a week of no reaction content and see how many fucking views you get. Oh, he's crying in the corner. Oh, okay, sure. I mean, that's content, man. It's original content at least. Yes, do that, bro. Dude, do
love it, man.
Bro,
This is the most money you've had in the past 4 years, bitch.
It's awesome. Do a week of no react content.
Logan Paul, on the other hand, was completely mad at his interviewer for less embarrassing but equally selfish reasons. Logan Paul did a docuseries with a producer named Graham Bensinger, and whilst Logan thought the series would debut on Apple TV, it ended up coming out on Graham's personal YouTube channel, which of course pissed Logan off. TMZ got Graham and Logan on a direct line, and Logan could really express himself.
It led to me opening up on Graham's documentary because I thought he had my best interest in line, because I trusted this guy to do a profile on my life. And I let him in for 5 months under the pretense that it was going to be a show on Apple TV. And yesterday it airs on his YouTube channel. And so I'm in a weird position because although I think the piece was okay, the whole experience had been sour for me because I put my story into the hands of someone who I don't think was really looking out for me.
Graham responds to Logan with kind words, trying to show some sympathy for how it all went down. But Logan being Logan displayed again how impersonal and money-focused he is through this little interaction. Logan asks Bensinger why he thinks he let him capture his personal life. But when Graham says it's because of trust, Logan corrects him and says it's because he thought the series was going to Apple TV, revealing the publicity is indeed all he cares about.
He went out of his way to give us great access and allow us to capture all different aspects of his life, and I'm super grateful for that. Even
Graham, do you know why I did that, Graham?
Because you trusted us.
No, because I thought it was going on Apple TV, like you told me.
And when Graham tries to tell Logan that it will be going up on other networks like ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox Channel, Logan just circles back to Apple TV, calling Graham out once again.
First, it also is airing on ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox stations across.
But that's not what I signed. But Graham, that's not what I signed up for. I signed up for your Apple TV debut episode.
Even when the TMZ hosts tried to mediate and calm things down, Logan still doubled down, stating that Graham used him to sell his show.
But on the Apple side, my understanding is that Apple did buy it, and then after the fact, there might have been a management change there, and they changed their mind.
I don't even know if that's true. Part of me believes that Graham used me and my likeness to sell what he thinks would be a pilot. Because where are your other Apple episodes, Graham?
But even with the pettiness of Logan, up until this point, one could say he's totally in the right if he was misled as to what he was signing on for. But here's where that begins to change. Graham claims he told Logan and his manager where the episode would be airing. And not only that, but he also claims the only instructions he received from Logan's camp were to avoid the minefield, which is his controversial past, including the CoffeeZilla and CryptoZoo scandal and the Suicide Forest scandal.
I told you where it was airing.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't. Prove it.
I told your manager, Jeff Levin. I'm sorry. I told your manager, Jeff Levin, where it was airing.
That's manipulative. That sentence in itself is manipulative.
Let me finish. 4 months ago, I told everybody where it was airing and what happened. In 4 months, never was there any issue communicated to us about where it was airing.
You're lying.
Let me finish. The only issue that was ever communicated was remove this crypto stuff, remove this CryptoZoo stuff. If CryptoZoo is in there, CoffeeZilla's in there, I'm not going to promote it. Less Suicide Forest.
And finally, one last time, in case anybody didn't get the point before, Logan responds by stating that the main issue is that he signed on for Apple TV.
When even just you sold me on the idea of this being on Apple TV, it's so alarming to me how you don't understand how that could be an issue. I didn't sign up to do Graham Bensinger's personal YouTube channel. No offense, dude. No offense. I signed up to be syndicated on Apple TV.
When talking about streamers with a lot of pride, however, nobody quite touches Andrew Tate and Hasan. This is why when Andrew invited Hasan for a discussion on his show, things got ugly fast. Two people who couldn't be any farther from each other politically. Hasan is a very popular Twitch streamer known for his socialist views and left-wing politics. His firm stance on issues has seen him garner praise from fans and clash with popular media personalities like Piers Morgan.
Is Israel not allowed to defend itself from the worst terror attack since 9/11? If their mission now is to get rid of Hamas, then what they are doing is consistent with that, isn't it?
No, you said Israel has a right to defend itself. Absolutely zero people think that this is a ridiculous statement. However, how Israel is defending itself is collective punishment. Collective punishment in the form of depriving 2.2 million people of electricity, of water, of food, 51 people dying in the West Bank where, there is no Hamas in the West Bank, killing 3,480 Palestinians so far in Gaza, 1,000 plus children, 22 hospitals being bombed. These are horrifying crimes that you would openly say are horrifying and unjustifiable when Russia does it, but when Israel does it, Israel has a right to defend itself. This is identical to the same talking points that I've heard from every Israeli administration official. It's the same thing that I've heard from everyone else in the media. You might have been against the Iraq war, but you're using that for evil, in my opinion, at this point, if you are not sitting here and condemning those war crimes, those acts of violence, those acts of collective punishment.
At the same time, Hassan himself has been caught out by saying some extremely controversial things, much like Andrew Tate, which is why when the two debated each other, it didn't end well. The topic was whether or not women were good drivers, and sure enough, Andrew was adamant they weren't, despite Hassan providing statistics that proved the opposite.
A lot of the things that you said that you've been called out on, specifically in regards to like women driving, as a matter of fact, are just generally untrue. There's no empirical evidence to back up those claims, which is why you resort to anecdotes quite frequently and say things like, oh, well, it's just common sense, right? But it's not technically common sense. It's just your personal opinion.
The discussion quickly dissolved into an argument over the value of empirical evidence, as Andrew Tate refused to back down from his position of women being bad drivers, despite evidence proving otherwise. According to him, his personal experience is far more important than any statistic.
And when I say these things, X amount of people agree with me and X amount of people disagree with me. That's fine, and that's the same with nearly any statement in the world.
Okay, but
I can say the world is round, and there'll be a percentage of people who disagree with me. That's totally and utterly fine. I come on here and talk about my own personal experiences, and my experiences, men are better drivers than women. You're deriving your truth from an internet study. That's fine. You can derive your truth from an internet study on a bunch of different things. The truth of life is the truth that you experience as an individual. That is the only truth that we all live within. You live within your truths, I live within my truths, because these are the truths I've experienced as an individual. If certain things happen to you over and over and over and over and over again, but the truth on the internet says it's not true, that doesn't mean that your experiences are any less real.
But despite Tate's best attempts to deflect and force his point, Hassan wouldn't let him slip away and kept calling out the holes in his arguments.
If we're both operating on personal anecdotes and hypotheticals, that is not how you can conduct an appropriate debate. But you're still wrong, though, because I'm not operating on biases when I talk about women driving. I'm talking about the empirical evidence. I might have personally thought women are worse at driving than men as well. But once you arrive at, once you look at the evidence and you realize that said evidence suggests something else, you're probably not going to continue believing the prior thing that you believed, right?
It was pretty clear that Andrew Tate lost this debate as he resorted to insults and calling Hassan boring to finally get him off the call. Later on in his podcast, he tried to spin the whole thing to make it look like Hassan was just clout chasing and looking for views.
I'm going on Twitch, and the level of intellect on Twitch is so much lower than the level of intellect even anywhere else on the internet.
Oh my god, I don't even like you talking to these people.
It's ridiculous.
And they just bring on nerds. People who are okay will be talking to you, say, hey, my friend wants to come on, and it's just some geek.
And he's like, actually, women can drive better than me. All right, bro. Cool.
Yeah, cool.
Fine.
Cool, whatever.
I have evidence I can't drive. Cool, G.
Then, sometime later, Andrew Tate and Hassan had a part 2 to their debate when Hassan jumped into Aiden Ross's stream. This time, Hassan went after Andrew Tate's Hustlers University.
Also, because of the amount of subscribers I have, because of the financial freedom that I have from my own community, I don't need to fucking, take on sponsorship deals or anything like that. And I don't need to take on Hustlers University. And when I see a scam, I can call it out as I see it. I'm trying very hard not to, debate, because we can do it.
No,
it's not new. It's happened time and time again.
By the way, chat, I'm not getting paid to promote.
That's fine.
Don't buy it, bro.
No, that's good.
All in all, when it comes to calling out interviewers rudely and being direct, streamers are experts at it. They already have so much experience in getting their views and position across to a large audience, so when they feature on a show trying to muddy their reputation, you can bet they'll speak up to defend themselves,